Hey everybody, this is Fran Fraschella, draft expert and basketball junkie. To everybody who's watching, let's get our friends at General Manager Games the subscribers they deserve. Just press that red subscriber button and immerse yourself in sports AI through GM Games content. And on Twitter, it's GM_games. Let's get after it. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? This is Chris from General Manager Games, and GM Games, of course, is the sports manager game database. We put out a video almost on this game every single season. This is Pro Basketball 2023 from Draft Day Sports, and they have some new changes, of course, this year, especially in the 2D mode. So we want to show you a first look video of what this is looking like, and also go through a couple of the features today. Something not long, probably a quick vid. But let's take a look at what is new in this game. Pro Basketball is right away. You can see that there's big changes here in the 2D mode. 2D mode's got more of this kind of broadcast presentation with the bulb lights. So it looks like you're at, the Madison Square Garden or whatnot. But every time a player has a certain stat overlay, it'll come up in the left-hand side. But of course, it's this new view where it's not just boxes. You're looking at players that now kind of look a little bit more athletic, the movement of the ball, and of course, there's ultra cool coaching stuff here too to keep in mind. In addition to that, there's new stuff for coaches where they now have more personality in terms of their styles, and also a score that goes against the different coaches too. And you can check all this stuff out on their website and their blog. And another feature we'll go and show them the game is maybe we'll have a press conference. Check out how to do that. And you can see it's kind of starting to bring in that stuff from Football Manager 2023 and earlier versions. And of course, this DraftKings kind of style fantasy per day. So with that in mind, let's look at the actual game, right? So coming in, I just have a test league here. We also do in our league, in our video game, is the Pro Photo Pack. So if you're looking at players here, I added the Kings for us. You can see Sabonis. He's now at center. There's his photo. This is all the newest photos. Keegan Murray, sick draft pick out of Iowa. You can see you can get all the photography there. So these mods and getting the logos themselves are all available on the Wolverine Studios mods forum made by members of the community. All right. So with that in mind, maybe we'll go to one of our games, but we can watch to see this new 2D mode and get a sense for what that's like. So maybe we'll get a quick look at the Lakers and the clip, and let's take a look at the daily draft. So this is the DraftKings FanDuel style thing. Right now, maybe because it's not that many people per game, you don't see it here. You can add some guys, but it's essentially the same format, fantasy points per day. And if you're ever familiar with those games, you can understand how that goes. But let's get back to business. We're watching this game with the AI, and we're going to simulate that one out. AI controlled. This is the new 2D gameplay. So I think it's really important to see. We don't have any stats yet, so it's not showing what's going on here, but they do have the pro rosters right out of the game. You just need to get the photos. LeBron's there. Schroeder, who's kind of hurt in real life, is coming back. But John Wall, Kawhi, PG, that kind of stuff. So let's go to the tip. You can get a sense of what this new 2D mode looks and feels like as we're in the game. So biggest thing is you can do these speeds. 10's pretty fast, but let's tip it off and see exactly how the game flows itself. So you can see the player names on the bottom. You can see the jerseys as well. If there's a mod that we can get the city edition jerseys. There's Kawhi showing up on the bottom left with his big bucket. So right now I think it says stop at every whistle. Oh no, we're back. And let's keep it going here. Foul on the plate now. Coming back the other way. Schroeder working the ball around. So it looks like there's a conscious decision in the game to not worry too much about skin tones Based on players, it seems like maybe that was a bit going a little too far. Board from John Wall, you can see the stat overlay, but it's a lot more smooth, the 2D mode, the flow of the ball, where they're taking their shots from. You can see what point of the court that's happening. And there's a pretty good flow to the game here. Looking at it at first glance, it looks like, sometimes the possession is getting caught around, blurring out at the player's feet. So you kind of have to keep track of the basketball, similar to an NHL hockey game. You better follow the puck if you need to know where it goes. But right now, there's no indicator to show who has the ball and whatnot. But pretty much the ball's bouncing around, moving around, so you can get a sense of that. You can slow this right down, see how that is, or you can probably crank this thing up. But we're on a pretty high level right now, and you can get a good flow. So we're a couple minutes into the first quarter, and you can see how it is with the Lakers versus the Clippers. So be sure to check that out. There's brand new, looks like some advertising in the game, letting you know there's new features, letting you know about other stuff at Wolverine Studios. There's this brand new crowd here. So looks like Clippers packed the house, so attendance is doing well. You can see that it's kind of with the crowd right now. And I think the evolution of this, you're going to see some things come through. Rim rattling and things of that nature, like for dunks. Right now with the court graphics, I feel like there's a bit more that we can make the nets look rendered, and it's kind of a bit pencil grayscale looking like around here. But once that gets to a bit of a rendering appearance, this court's looking pretty good. I mean, it's always going to be a challenge one day to get to a 3D with all the kinetics of players. But right now, you're getting a good sense of the game of basketball, just like any game cast. So with that in mind, let's get back and take a look at some of the other sections around the game. I know we wanted to see a press conference, so let's see if we can find one of those. We had the fan duel, the coaching thing was another thing, but I'm going to have to find out where you actually do that. Okay, so there's a press conference here, and here we go. All right, so first thing, they're asking about Sabonis, our big, what we're going to say about him. So this looks like the first one, star in the league. He's going to have an amazing season. That looks like maybe to boost morale a little bit. So these ones are not really, doesn't look like it's asking you to reply. It looks like you can have these ad hoc when you need to, when you want to. And I guess it's a bit of a better way than interacting with the players all the time, but it's for the media. So let's put some pressure on him, see what happens when we crank it up. Not just like the happy love story here, but let's say we want a better year out of him even with us. So let's do that. And look at that, we got an effort increase from the player. He wants to be appreciated. So there we go. We have a little bit of a boost in terms of morale. Next question. Looks like the responses are before the questions. Maybe makes sense to kind of flip it in the order of information, but okay, questions on the bottom. The media is at the bottom, let's say in the room, so logically that way. I know this is a tough question. Looking at the makeup of the team, what do you think is the biggest area to address? We're the Kings now, so we have some, looks like we have some more depth at guard. Our bigs, it looks like, things are changing here, but Sabonis is in, so what would we say? Guards, they say, I think with our bigs, always some help on the bench. Our bench is pretty, I think it is our bigs. Who's our power forward? Harrison Barnes, he's kind of more of a wing. So let's say our bigs. We lost some attitude, but our bigs are going to play harder. Let's get another question. I know the fans are always excited about a new season. What do you think they can expect this year? Well, we're the Kings. Let's really boost it up. Let's shoot high, aim high. We're going to say look for this year. So players' morale boosted by this statement. Fans are more excited. Ownership feels you were sandbagging them and has adjusted expectations. So looks like my job is more in jeopardy now based on those comments. Changed my evaluation system. And it looks like you get 3 questions to work with. Not sure if you can do these right away. So yeah, this is now grayed out. Looks like you only get 3 different categories to work with at the beginning. Sabonis, interestingly enough, got that. And now you're looking at the stats of best performers per day. So we're seeing stuff like that come through. So let's play another day. Take this one off because we're going to sim through. Not watching this. Let's get to a bigger day and see if the FanDuel stuff comes through. Again, it's pretty similar in that sense. Daily draft probably makes more sense when you have a lot of players. Positions. Okay, so we're starting to see it. That's how it works. You can kind of go through these guys. They don't have much stats, so let's play a little bit into the future. Let's sim a few weeks. How about a couple weeks into the game? Let's get to end of November or so, and we'll sim through. So this is a good chance. You get to see the toast come up from the right-hand side. Again, you get to see, on a fast sim, you're going to get to see your main stats come through. De'Aaron Fox, 13 points. Maybe there's an injury here. It looks like it shut it down. We have watch on our game set. That can be changed through your options over here. Okay, so let's take a look then at daily draft. We don't want this to lag on too much. We're doing a quick vid. We got injuries here. I don't see the need to actually play one of those guys anyway. Murray's super hot here. He has 37 points a game. And his salary is pretty reasonable, and he's playing at a high level. So let's see how we can get that. We got Murray over here. Let's just put on right now guys who have been playing quite well. Maybe we're going to run out of money really quick, but we'll start with the guards being high and then see what happens from here. So this is a new feature. Kind of immerse you in the game. Kawhi's a bit of a stat stuffer. I think we're running out of our cash, 8,600. So now we got to dip down here. Let's get someone with PT, but low value. Jonathan Isaac. Let's go Kevin Knox because we got to finish this team. I wonder if I have to get rid of one of these guys. So Jaylen Brown might need to be removed, but not sure what side you do that from. How to clear that guy out. But we can submit an unfinished lineup, I do believe. $6,100 left. And Jalen Johnson gets run, so let's just get him in there. Maybe we can squeeze in one more guy. A good 3,600 type player, somewhere in that range. Just one center. We're not going to be able to squeeze two. And 36 the max. So we're going to go with Sengun. Let's do Sengun here. Well, let me do that. No, it's center. There we go. All right, lineup submitted. Oh, okay. Don't know how to get the last player in. I guess there's guys with 0, or I've definitely gone over. How do I get rid of some of these guys? Let's see if I can get one last chance for Jaylen Brown before I move around in the game. See if it takes him away. No. All right, so that's a new feature. I guess make sure you have your money, and that kind of erased the whole thing by doing it again. But anyways, this is here to play with, and it's a new part of the game. Other things that are new in the game now, I understand, is player cards directly from the trade screen window. So that's something to keep in consideration. That's better. And Kings, let's see if we want to make any moves with the Raptors. See if we can try to get Scotty off them. What's that going to take? Let's see if we can get an offer. An offer for one of our guys. Let's see if Fox goes the other way. That's not cap eligible. And advantage, obviously, clearly. Well, I don't know. Scotty Barnes is the better younger player there, so you can see that. But what you can do now is when you are shopping around, you can take a look at Scotty, for example. And he's got some nice stats. There's new ratings this year. You have clutch scoring. You have an outside shooting number now, which didn't exist. And you have some new badges on the cards. So, I mean, there's lots of new stuff, lots of new screens. We have the mods for photos, but again, 15 minutes is the tops we want to do on this vid today. But again, there's lots of stuff that you can take a look at. Almanac, milestones, a lot of the history of the players already brought into the game. So you can see how they're doing throughout history over here. And Chris Paul's career steals, KD's points, that good stuff. And DeMar DeRozan being close to 20,000 points here. And league media, obviously you get all the magazines. There's different things here. There's power rankings and different things of that nature. So thanks to everybody. Check it out. This is a first look video at Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2023. And it's a good one for every season. So give it a check. Thanks again. Take care.